So now that you understand what happens on a wedding day, let's take a really quick look at what you'll do once you receive those files to actually work on. So a company might send you footage in one of two ways. They're either going to send you files on a physical hard drive, either by handing it to you if you live in the same town, you can meet up, or by mailing it to you. The only other way to really get footage is through some sort of cloud-based system like Dropbox. If you have poor or spotty internet, or if you have an old computer that doesn't have much room on its hard drive, you may need to rethink your contract with a company that only does cloud-based files. It could become very difficult for you both to get the footage and to upload your finished files when you're done with the edits. Regardless of anything else though, if the company you're working with does have a cloud-based system, I recommend immediately downloading the files onto your external hard drive as soon as you get them. So from here on out, I'll just be speaking only about your external hard drive with the files from a wedding shot on it. As a quick side note, I want you to know that files for this class will be delivered through Dropbox. Dropbox is not a super efficient option, but it is one of the only options out there to share large files like what you get shooting a wedding film. When I first started this course, I only had one client who delivered weddings to me via Dropbox. But now about 75% of my clients get files to me this way. It is a huge headache every single time, and it almost always pushes back my project start date by 2 to 4 days just because I have to download the files. With Dropbox, you can often download small folders altogether, but for the large folders, the files inside almost always need to be downloaded individually. I had to upgrade my Dropbox, which means I pay for X amount of storage, and I have a Dropbox on my desktop, which does make it a little easier because whenever a client uploads files, those files automatically start downloading into the file folder on my desktop. You should not have to upgrade to a paid Dropbox account, but you might want to look into getting Dropbox on your desktop. Now, it does make things easier, but it doesn't make things seamless. The larger files can take several days to download this way, and I have to go through and manually count the files by number to see if any are missing. If there are files missing, I have to look on Dropbox to see if they're there and just haven't downloaded yet. But if they're missing from Dropbox, then I have to contact the company. They have to cross-check their files and then either upload them into Dropbox or let me know that those files aren't missing, but that they actually don't exist. Yikes. So, like I said, Dropbox isn't great, but it's all we have right now. If you know of another large file share that's better, please let me know. And I want you to take this all into account when you're downloading the files from the Baker wedding. You might have to download 80% or more of the footage as individual files. And I know, believe me, it is a huge headache and a huge hassle, and I am so sorry, but like I've said, this is a real world situation for editors currently. If you have very, very poor or spotty internet and you absolutely cannot download the files, then please reach out to me and we can try and work something out. So having the files on your hard drive is a great first step. From there, you'll need to add 2 new folders onto your drive, a finished files folder and an old files folder. Finished files is where you're going to save your Premiere Pro project and all of your completed, finalized videos. Only include your finished, finalized versions. And if something needs to be fixed or adjusted in one of your videos, as soon as you can, get that old version out of the finished files folder. The old files folder is where you're going to move anything that has been revised or saved in any other way. This will help you stay as organized as possible. Again, the same goes for any video that you create. If you make a ceremony or a highlight film that you submit to the company for review and they come back with changes or revisions, do not throw away that first version. This can come back and haunt you. So just know that I am saving you a lot of headaches when I say do not throw away any files. Just save them in your old files folder. Your action items for this lesson are to make sure that you have all of the Baker wedding files on your computer and accessible. Create an old and finished files folders wherever your files are saved. Make sure that you have Adobe Premiere downloaded and installed on your computer. We'll finally be opening it up for the first time in the next lesson. And last but not least, schedule your next time block where you'll be able to open Premiere and give the lesson your full attention.